Hello and welcome to Smaulgld's American Silver Eagle sales report for the month of September 2016. September American Silver Eagle sales lowest since 2007. Sales of American Silver Eagles in September fell 56% from the 3,804,500 sold in September 2015 to just 1,675,000 sold in September 2016. American Silver Eagle sales in September 2016 were the lowest September sales since 2007 sales of 765,000 American Silver Eagles. Year to date, American Silver Eagle coins sold are 30,575,500. The silver to gold sales ratio fell to 21 to 1. Through September 2016, sales of American Silver Eagles are about 10% lower than 2015 sales when they were on record pace to sell 47 million. Through September 2015, sales were 36,054,500. Here you can see the American Silver Eagle sales by month in 2016. As you can see, we started off at a very robust pace of nearly 6 million in the month of January, and then we sold 4 million, at least 4 million from February, March, April, and May. Sales fell in June to 2.8 million, in July to 1.37 million, August to 1.28 million, and September they bounced back up to 1.675 million. Keep in mind that these sales are the sales that are reported by the U.S. Mint to their authorized purchasers. They may or may not reflect sales to purchasers, sales to consumers. They reflect the sales that the U.S. Mint sells to its authorized purchasers, of which there's about a dozen or so. See, the American Silver Eagle sales were very strong in the first half of the year, and that is because last year in 2015 there was a Silver Eagle shortage, and the United States Mint wanted to avoid that shortage this year, so they produced a large number of 2016 American Silver Eagles and allowed the authorized purchasers to purchase as many as they wished. And the authorized purchasers took them up on that offer, and as you can see, they purchased 4 million on average, more than 4 million each and every month for the first 5 months of the year. As it turned out, the authorized purchasers ended up buying more than they actually needed to satisfy retail demand, and they had to start curbing their purchases as the year went on and reached a low of 1.28 million in August. Even those sales in the last 3 months that are low, they may not even reflect replenishing of inventory of the authorized purchasers. They may just reflect that the authorized purchasers are continuing to buy to stay in the good graces of the U.S. Mint, because the U.S. Mint favors those and allocates the authorized purchasers amounts based on their historical buying of American Silver Eagles. Let's take a look. Now, just keep in mind, there is a new 30-year anniversary American Silver Eagle proof coin that came out in the last week. It is the only American Silver Eagle coin to have writing or an inscription on the edge of the coin. It says 30th anniversary. You can check out that coin. It is the only coin out of about 500 million American Silver Eagles to date that have any type of inscription on the rim, and that coin comes at a price between $50 and $60, and it comes in a box with a certificate of authenticity, and you can check it out at a couple of the links on the website. If you do indeed buy it, Smaulgld will get a commission, but it will cost you no more, no less than if you had gone to the websites themselves. Also, the coin may have collectible value in the future. I don't know if it will, but again, as I mentioned, it does have that inscription, which does make it special, and also it is a proof coin. Now, the September sales were the lowest since 2007 in the month of September, selling just 1.675 thousand. And we've seen that the authorized purchasers have not stepped up to the plate and bought the last 3 months. So that means that the retail sales are not as robust as we might have thought. What happened this year is when silver started to catch a bid, and gold as well, Western investors prefer to buy paper and digital products such as ETFs and COMEX futures contracts. And as you can see here, the demand for silver ETFs has increased dramatically since the beginning of the year. And that reflects the Western mentality of the U.S. stock jockey who chases assets as they go higher. Eastern purchasers in China and India have curbed their demand. The Shanghai Gold Exchange withdrawals are down about 30-40% this year. Indian gold imports, Indian silver imports are also down significantly this year, and that's mostly due to a rise in price. Eastern buyers like Chinese and Indian like to buy gold and silver when the price is low, and there were record years last year when the price was lower. This year, imports and sales are down significantly because the price is higher. In contrast, the West has got tremendous demand for silver and gold ETFs, and open interest for gold and silver on the COMEX futures exchange is also extremely elevated. So it definitely highlights the difference between the Western dynamic stock jockey chasing paper assets, digital assets higher, and Eastern mentality of buying physical assets and being price sensitive to it. Just a quick look here at the September sales of American Silver Eagles. As you can see, just 1.675 million in prior Septembers. Last year was about 3.8 million. In 2011, it looks like there was 4.4 million. Again, this is the lowest September since prior to the financial crisis, when only 765,000 American Silver Eagles were sold in September 2007. So it looks like the record set of 47 million American Silver Eagles set in 2015 last year will not be broken this year. It probably is looking more likely that the U.S. Mint will sell about 32, 33, 34 million. In order to break the record, there's only October, November, and December left. There'd have to be 7, 8 million, 9 million sold each month in October and November for that to be a possibility. And the only reason that would happen is if the price of silver drops dramatically and driving buying pressure, and or some type of financial shock which drives people back into American Silver Eagles. But it looks like right now we're on pace for about 32, 33 million. Here's another link where you can check out the 30-year anniversary American Silver Eagle proof coin. American Silver Eagle premiums, as I mentioned, the authorized purchasers are the ones who get the American Silver Eagles first. They pay, no matter what the price of silver is, a $2 per coin premium, which means whatever the price of silver is, it doesn't matter. The price is always spot price of silver plus $2 per coin. Now, if you look back here in September and August of last year, the premiums ratcheted up because the U.S. Mint actually ran out of American Silver Eagles. It wasn't a silver shortage, there was a shortage of the blanks that the U.S. Mint gets, the silver blanks, and then imprints the American Silver Eagle on the back and Lady Liberty on the front. They ran out of those, and there was a shortage, and therefore the authorized purchasers started charging more, and so did the dealers, and the premium on Silver Eagles went up to about 50%. That premium has since come down as the authorized purchasers are well stocked, retail dealers are full stocked. So if you're interested in buying Silver Eagles, they're right now at a very good low premium, as you can see there. Again, if you're interested in buying American Silver Eagles, you can click on any of these links. Smaulgld affiliates. You can compare prices, you compare the shipping costs, and make your purchase if you're interested in buying American Silver Eagles. It's not a recommendation, but if you do, it indeed helps Smaulgld meet expenses. Now, the silver to gold sales ratio is something I've been tracking for a few years now, and I don't calculate all of the gold sold by the U.S. Mint and all the silver sold by the U.S. Mint. I use one feature, which is just the sales of American Silver Eagles, the 1 ounce American Silver Eagles, compared to the sales of the 1 ounce American Gold Eagles. The U.S. Mint also sells silver in the form of, but only a few million ounces, in the form of America the Beautiful coins. I don't use that in the calculation. But the U.S. Mint also sells, in addition to 1 ounce American Gold Eagles, 1/4, 1/2, and 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles, and they sell significant amounts of that. And they also sell those, and they also sell significant amounts of American Gold Buffalo coins, 1 ounce American Gold Buffalo coins. They sell about 200 some odd thousand of those a year. So this ratio only reflects, though, the correspondence between 1 ounce American Silver Eagles and 1 ounce American Gold Eagles. And as you can see, that when the price was low in 2013 and 14, U.S. retail consumers purchased over 100 times the amount of American Silver Eagles to gold. And that continued to be relatively elevated last year at 75 to 1. The first half of this year, it was about 64 to 1. So they were buying still substantial amounts of American Silver Eagles versus American Gold Eagles. But look what's happened since then. So in April this year, when the U.S. Mint sold 4 million American Silver Eagles, it sold 93,000 1 ounce Gold Eagles. The ratio was 43 to 1. In May, it was 69 to 1. In June, it was 45 to 1. In July, it was 45 to 1. In August, it dropped down to 25 to 1. And in September, we haven't released the American Gold Eagle sales yet. We'll do that later today or sometime tomorrow. They sold 79,000 1 ounce American Gold Eagle coins for a ratio of silver to gold sales of 21 to 1. Now, if you include, and I haven't done the calculations yet, all of the gold sold in the form of American Gold Eagles, including the 1/10 ounce, 1/4 ounce, and 1/2 ounce, and you also include the 1 ounce American Gold Buffalo coin, that ratio gets down well below 20 to 1. So it was quite a thing when the silver to gold sales ratio was over 100 to 1, and it was raising many eyebrows as how long that could be sustained. Well, it looks like a lot of that those silver sales have been front end loaded, and silver sales in a way have kind of fallen off the table, not just in China and India, but also it seems in the United States. And as we enter into the heart of the fall and the fear season, it looks like gold sales seem to be where physical buyers are headed. Now the gold silver ratio is at about 68 to 1. I don't expect that the gold silver ratio, which is the price of how many ounces of silver are required to buy 1 ounce of gold, I don't expect that ratio to fall down ever to the what they call the historic ratio. And there's a lot of, I would call it hype. People are basing their projections that somehow it must go down to 16 to 1, that it's unsustainable where it is. One day you're going to be able to buy a house with a roll of Silver Eagles. I don't think so. I think that is a lot of hype, and it's designed to kind of get you excited. My job here is really to give you analysis, silver and gold analysis without the hype. Now, there are reasons why silver will rise. There's reasons why gold will rise, and silver does rise faster in a bull market than gold, and silver falls faster also in a bear market than gold. But that doesn't mean that somehow there's a destiny that the silver to gold ratio is going to be 10 to 1, 5 to 1, 4 to 1, or even that somehow silver is going to be worth as much as gold. Not going to go through all the reasons here. I've gone through some of the reasons, not all of them. There's a nice discussion over on the Smaulgld YouTube channel on one of the blog posts about why the gold silver ratio doesn't have to go to 16 to 1. Some good comments from subscribers on that the comment section, so please check those out. I just don't think that I think it's a bit of hype to try to say that somehow this is an unsustainable ratio. There's many reasons why it can be sustained. It doesn't mean that silver won't go up. It doesn't mean that gold won't go up. It just means that it doesn't have to return to a level where somehow silver is trading. You only need 4 or 5 ounces to buy an ounce of gold. Anyway, that's it for this particular podcast. I want you to please subscribe to Smaulgld. If you do, I'll send you a free 12 differences between gold and silver. That will also help you think about the gold silver ratio, because there are indeed significant differences between gold and silver that I outline in that report. So please check that out, and thanks again for listening, and please subscribe to Smaulgld. And also, if you have time and you want to do some research, again, I have a lot of articles on here that on Smaulgld that are not necessarily time sensitive. They're kind of evergreen articles. They are archive articles on gold and silver demand. There's analysis, so please check that out in your spare time. And thanks again for listening. Talk to you tomorrow.